This is Ashtar of Ashtar Command. We are here to serve all of you.
Hello, Ashtar. What an honor to have you in our company today. Thank you very, very much for coming through.
Hello.
Okay, so today we would like to discuss about channeling, the process of channeling, and what people should be aware of while either channeling themselves or listening to other people channeling.
This is the 4D level of communication because many of you still require to listen or connect with higher frequency beings through a vessel. But after you shift into 5D, you don't need a channeler anymore because you can connect with any beings if you wish to do so. So this is a temporary bridge, temporary way to communicate with a being or groups.
Okay, so I would like to ask you then how can one discern when they channel, because there is so much out there. There are so many entities that one can tap into.
Yes. So when you're listening, first you need to open up your heart field to see how you feel about the content. Do you feel good? Do you feel resonate with the message? When you feel something uncomfortable, we're not saying you feel uncomfortable because we are talking about certain things that trigger you. We're talking about overall you feel all sudden stressed out by listening to the message. All sudden you shift from happy to fear. That sort of discomfort. When you notice the emotional shift, that's something you might want to observe yourself to see why this is happening. This could be either something might have triggered when the channeling is touching on certain subject, or this group or entity is not in the sync with your vibrational frequency. That is not reflecting with your truth. Truth are not just one. All truths are truth. However, when you are using discernment, especially before you can sense the vibration of the beings, it is very important to use your senses. Even, let's say, when someone can see the entity or group, certain entity can shape shift and then pretend like, let's say, Archangel Michael.
Yes, exactly. That's something I wanted to ask you about. How do we go about that?
Best way is to brush up your skill on sensing the vibration.
And if we are not aware, how you say, we are not aware of the vibration, if it's the first time that we connect with this entity,
then you have to rely on your instinct, your intuitive gut feeling, and emotions.
So it's not only about the information that they bring through, but also how it feels in our body, right?
Yes.
Because I heard that there are many entities who will pretend that they are Archangel Michael or Jesus or I don't know
Or,
what. They will come in with loving messages, but
or me.
yes, yes, yes. Often.
So it is very important for you to have a discernment, because this is something Archangel Michael warned Erica way before she has contacting with any kind of galactic beings. He told her those entities or groups pretend to say something amazing, and they put 1 or 2% of their agenda in it. So it's a very crafty way of influencing people, because they only put 1 or 2% of agenda in it. So overall sound very nice. But there is something you cannot quite pinpoint, but something odd about it. So you don't have to clearly state what is odd about it, but okay, overall this is good, but something is off from this channeling. If you feel something like that, you might want to, if you're curious, you might want to consider or investigate, what do you feel off about this? Is this something comes within your triggers, or is this something comes in with your knowingness that 1% or 2% of agenda is not divine message? Something self-interest agenda.
You mean from the perspective of the entity who is speaking?
Yes. So it is very important to not to trust everything when you hear, when you watch. You always need to ask, what do you think about it? This is not only regarding to channeling. It's everything you are exposed yourself to. Could be media, could be social media, could be some article you read, some person you go ask advice to.
Yes, yes. I'm very glad you bring this up, and I have noticed from my own experience also from channels that I trust and I follow, some known, some unknown, that I generally resonate with the information. There will be times that I will just not relate to a certain topic, and I will just ignore it, like just not agree with it, but it's okay, right? We don't
Yes,
have.
yes. Channeling information is a piece of information, just like a book, just like an article, just like anything you watch. So take whatever useful to you, and you don't have to believe in everything you hear unless that is 100% resonating with you.
Right.
So that is a part of a way to have a discernment. But in general, when a person or channeler or entity is not talking about Christ consciousness, it means we are all the one, and there's no separation between. Yes, duality exists, but we are all striving ourselves to going back to the prime creator eventually. Therefore, any message coming from the groups or entity who understand this is we are all the one. So there is no fight between dark versus light. yes, galactic war happened. However, that was a evolution of many groups that they have learned the truth. And as a result, many beings came to the understanding we all truly came from the Prime Creator. I mean, all.
Right.
So any channeling message doesn't deliver this core of the message. Let's say someone is telling you have to fight the darkness. You have to fight the dark force. That is something you might want to watch out for. Because when you emit your vibration of hate, vibration of you want to beat some other group or destroy them, that kind of vibration is opposite from unity consciousness.
Certainly.
So you might want to think why this message is delivering to you. Is this something you have created unconsciously, or is this person who is channeling has certain agenda and want to save you? So let's say certain group who are interested in to gather certain energy, which is low frequency vibrations, they can harvest them in every sort of way.
Yeah, and that is also a message that would push duality and separation.
Yes. So it takes time to going back to the Prime Creator, and it takes time to ascend. Because more and more you emit the energy of separation and hate, and who is right, who is wrong, that doesn't help you to ascend.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful.
So when you hear a message like that, we would recommend you to be cautious and see how much you resonate with this message and what this message agenda, why it is sent to you.
There are many who claim that are channeling Ashtar, and they are not. I have many comments on that also, and many people are. There's a lot of, since we talk about channeling, I don't know if you're aware of. There's a lot of there are a lot of rumors about Ashtar and who is channeling Ashtar, who is not. And of course, how can one prove that they are indeed channeling Ashtar? Do you have any comment on that? What would you like to say?
We don't talk about separations. We don't talk about we go on the war to certain groups. We don't talk about when something happens.
What do you mean?
The event.
Okay, I see.
We don't talk about anything influencing your creation, because you have to understand you are a creator. So when you get provided certain information which is might be causing you to create a negative new timelines, why would be interested in to provide that sort of information? We are the organization to serve all, to create a peace for all. That's why you are part of the crew, and so is Erica. And any information that doesn't fit with this mission statement is not from ours. The part of the reason why Erica is channeling, because I asked her to do it. She didn't want to channel because that is not her professional service. And she feels since she's not really, she is a channeler, but she doesn't advertise herself as a channeler. And that got nothing to do with her business. And also, she wanted to create her content which is more aligned to her business versus channeling. But we asked her to do this because we needed someone who will deliver our message with consistency. And when we spoke with her through Daniel Scranton, she was a bit hesitant because she didn't know when we talked about we will collaborate in the future. She was expecting something, she'll make some sort of galactic movies or galactic TV show or something like that, because she was in the entertainment industry when we talked about this. And she asked about collaboration, and then we suggested we want her to channel. And that wasn't especially why she was eager to do it, but she understood because she never listened any Ashtar Command channeling of others, because she could tell they're not from us. And she didn't want herself to expose into the vibration which is not suitable for her. So she's very picky on which person she listened to as far as channeling goes.
Okay, thank you for this. I would like to ask you one more question. If you could give people some protocol or some safeguards, um, if some are interested in going into channeling and they are beginners.
It is very important to raise your vibration, because you only attract with the same vibration as you. So of course, in order for someone to, let's say, connect with 90 Actuarians, you have to be at least a 5D vibrational level to vibrating yourself in on Earth. That's minimum. But the mechanism of channeling is you are basically talking to yourself. Means when you could channel with, let's say, 90 Actuarians, part of you are in that group. You are soul fractal. So you're kind of communicating with your piece of soul.
Yeah.
However, even though you are communicating with your piece of soul, when frequency is too high, it's very difficult to tune into a particular frequency, because both frequencies need to be met.
Yeah, too much.
Yes. So when you want to channel, before anything it's very important to clear yourself, means clear blocks, clear limitations, clear any kind of lower vibrational things. That could be energy, that could be something you have within your cellular memories, that could be within you have in physical field. And after you clear all of those, then you can start channeling with higher frequency beings. So that is what we recommend. Because when you are not vibrating high enough and then you want to channel, you may be connecting to lower frequency beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is not exactly what you want to do.
Sure. I wanted to ask you something else. Why some people they call them trance channels, and some they are conscious channels. So some they will remember they are conscious during the channeling. Their conscious mind is present, and they can hear and record what they are being receiving. And some they are completely out of the way, so to say.
It's the human terminology to distinguish themselves of the state of when they're channeling.
Yes.
So we don't think you can completely remember what you have talked about, even a conscious channel.
Mm.
Unless this conscious channel is connecting to something very close frequency to themselves. Let's say this person is vibrating in 5D vibration and then connecting with 5D palladiums. Then it's possible for this person to remember everything has talked about, because you can almost speak with the way, let's say Erica is speaking with you. But let's say when this 5D person is channeling 90 groups, could be 90 palladiums, this person needs to raise the vibrational frequency. So when you do that, it is very difficult to have that state when you are in fully conscious manner. Because when you do that, your conscious mind blocks you to raise your vibration. You have to be in alpha state in order to connect. So when raising the vibration to as close as the being that they are connecting with, it's very difficult for them to stay in their body, first of all. It's very difficult for them to stay in full consciousness. So yes, when we are speaking through Erica, she can completely hear us, and she has certain level of consciousness of what has been talked about. However, when this is over and ask her to repeat exactly what we have said, it's very hard for her to say that. Because her consciousness is maybe about 20% there. So she's not in anesthesia, or she's not completely knocked out, or she's sleeping. It's not like that. But she's not fully present.
Yes, I understand that. But why some people they remember nothing and some they remember a lot when they channel?
It's level of the saturation. So more you start channeling, let's say certain beings, it's easier and easier for you to connect. So it's same as driving car, you know how to drive now. So you don't have to focus on how to use all these skills to drive. You can almost drive without even thinking about it.
Mm.
So it's the same way as channeling. When you get used to certain frequency, and then you have more ability to observe what's being talked about consciously, because you are becoming that vibration. So instead of raising your vibration to 5D to 9D, this is Daniel Scranton's case, more he channels, he is becoming closer and closer to 9D Arcturians vibration. So it is easier for him to channel a lot and daily, because even though he is having a human body, his vibration is going more and more toward 90 Arcturians.
Yes.
His capacity to open up to receive this transmission is wider and wider compared to 5 years ago. So some people don't remember because some people are not fully present in their body. That doesn't mean we come into the person's body. This is not about possession. It's about, in order for them to connect higher being, they have to get out of the body and connect in ether level. So in a way, let's say when Erica is connecting, she is transferring herself into her ship, which is our ship. She's transferring herself to her real body, not this body. And this is why she can connect with us, because we're in the same ship physically. So that's what she is doing. Because my vibration is higher than 9D, so it's harder for her to raise her vibration that high without going into deep hypnosis, for example. But since she is, or her original body is in the ship, it's easy for her to transfer herself into that body and then connect with us in that way. Because she is 9D entity, so she can raise her vibration to 11D from 7D. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
So it is very important to, especially not to channel when the vibration is down. Means when you have conscious understanding of you are not vibing in your regular standard frequency when something's happening in your life. In general, that is not good time to channel.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
So when that happens, we recommend not to channel. Because your connection might not be as pure.
Yeah.
Or you probably end up not connecting at all.
Yeah, or connect with the wrong being.
Yes. So when that happens, and some people are concerned about, when people take a channeling class, some of the question people ask is, how do I know I'm connecting with the light being? Am I connecting with light being or dark being? Or do I have to concern about this? Is there some kind of prayer do I have to say? Or people do worry.
Yes.
So when you are that low vibration, we say do not channel. And then when you are really concerned, make sure to connect with central sun. And imagine the light of central sun is pouring to you.
This is a way to raise the frequency.
Yes, because we all come from that place.
Yes. Yes, wonderful.
So pour yourself with the prime creator's frequency. So you can do preparation to receive higher frequency groups.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ashtar. It has been very useful to hear your perspective on channeling today. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. This is Ashtar of Ashtar Command. We're here to serve all.
Welcome back, Erica. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think I think our viewers would like what we discussed today. And you can find Erica in the description below, all her links, if you would like to go to her own YouTube channel or have a private session with her.
Like Ashtar is saying, when I can't really do channel for particular week, I do use this footage for me to use for my channel, because I feel like, when I feel like I'm not fully can channel, I kind of take Ashtar's advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But anyhow, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.
Thank you for being with us. Big hugs. Bye-bye.